Welcome to Parkgoers Go, your go-to theme park podcast where we discuss rides, attractions, food, and everything in between. I'm one of your hosts, Dustin.
Hey everyone, I'm Logan.
Hey everyone, I'm Nate.
And we will be your guides, gurus, and gallivanters as we dip our podcast cup into the fountain of immersive world-building vacations to quench your thirst of all things theme parks. Do we like the saying in that?
I think the Gallivandos might put it over the
But
edge.
we're gallivanting through the parks.
Say it better. Did you read it before you started talking?
Well, you know, I try my best. All right. So now will be a great time since, you know, this is the first episode that we get to know each other a little bit. And you guys get to learn a little bit about your hosts. So I guess I will start. Once again, my name is Dustin. I've been going to theme parks my whole life, ever since I was a young boy, and growing up in a family who enjoyed going to theme parks, one of which member is Logan, who is my brother. And I would say that nowadays I go several times a year, but there was a point where I used to go almost every day. And I know you're thinking, why would somebody do that? That's insane. But what if I told you I got paid? Yep, that's right. I used to work at the Disney parks down in Orlando. I did a year as a Jungle Cruise skipper and a pirate attraction host at Pirates of the Caribbean. And then I worked 3 years doing merchandise all over Walt Disney World property. I like to think of myself as advanced in knowledge when it comes to the parks. All right, Logan, well, what about you?
I consider myself to be an intermediate park goer. Like Dustin said, I've been going to parks my whole life, with some year-long breaks here and there. I'm pretty well versed in Disney and Universal parks, and they are by far my most visited. I've also sprinkled in, some Busch Gardens, Hershey Park, and Six Flags action when I was a kid. But we used to go to Disney and Universal every year, and they both quickly became kind of staples of my childhood, and all that excitement and magic really never went away. I think I'll call it about, 17 years of park going experience. I'll cut out 10 years for times of childhood and all those breaks and stuff. But in recent years, maybe the past 5 years, we've really gone to Disney and Universal several times. Nate and I travel as a couple, and we are never satisfied with just one trip. We even just recently went to Tokyo Disney Sea this past October, and countless times to Orlando for Disney and Universal, and even some trips to Disneyland and Universal Hollywood in there too. But I'll save some of those experiences for later. What about you, Nate?
What about you, Nate?
Hi, it's Nate.
Hey, it's me.
It's me. I would consider myself a intermediate, bordering advanced park experience park goer. I went to the parks once or twice as a kid when I could barely form memories, and didn't return until 2019 when Logan and I started dating. Since then, Disney and Universal have quickly become a hyperfixation, and I go 2 to 3 times a year if I can. I know an okay amount of Disney facts from watching Disney Plus documentaries and YouTube, and I do like to keep up with theme park updates and know what's in development, but I wouldn't say I'm super advanced. And of course, I don't have a lot of the nostalgia that many of the other parkgoers may have from growing up with the parks.
Okay, so now for a little bit of fun interaction, let's go around and then let's talk about our favorite things, the things we love, things we don't love. Just little responses based off of some prompts. So let's start with the good old classic favorite park. What is our favorite parks that we have been to? Nate, why don't you go first?
Disneyland, California. I love Disneyland so much. It is 100% the happiest place on earth. It has an ambiance unlike any of the other parks. I just feel so happy whenever I'm there, and I just feel like it hits the nail on the head of what a Disney park should be. It doesn't feel overwhelming. There's so much to do. It's amazing. And then a honorable mention for the second best has to be Animal Kingdom. Gotta love animals. There's nothing better. The only thing better than Disney is animals, in my opinion.
All right, Logan, what about you?
I was thinking about this question a lot before this, and I've had many internal arguments trying to figure it out, but I think my favorite one currently, it has to be Hollywood Studios.
Really?
If there is one thing that I love, it's immersive experiences, and I think with all the cards on the table, I think it is.
So hold on. So when it comes, okay, so you said Hollywood Studios for the immersiveness. Are you saying just primarily Star Wars or Galaxy's Edge, or are you also talking about Toy Story Land and I guess the Muppets Corner or Muppet Square, or whatever they call it?
Yeah. I mean, all those are really good too, but I mean, I think the other part of it is it has some of the big hitters that I really love. I mean, obviously, Rise of the Resistance. Do I even need to elaborate right there? Like, obviously, hands down, the most immersive and engaging ride I've ever been on. Jaw dropping every single time, scene to scene to scene. And I mean, I can't go to Hollywood Studios without getting on Runaway Railroad or Slinky Dog. And I mean, there's just so many top rated rides for me there.
That's fair. I mean, Hollywood Studio is filled with so many bangos that it definitely is up there on the list. As I personally chose Disneyland because it has Galaxy's Edge with everything else Disney. So I definitely understand why Galaxy's Edge would be like top of the list, even if you're not a Star Wars fan, because it is so well done. So yeah, I have to agree. Hollywood Studios is great.
Where is San Francisco?
That's in Disney California Adventure.
That's another one.
That,
Well, what
That's
about
another one.
what about
California
Diagon
Adventure?
Alley though?
Oh, you know.
Well, I did. So I was going to do a shout out similar to like how Nathaniel did with his. Mine is Islands of Adventure because it is crazy. One, obviously, Harry Potter, super immersive, absolutely incredible. But Hagrid's ride and Forbidden Journey? Are you kidding? In one area? Like chef's kiss. Incredible.
The only thing that would make, I think, Island Adventure better if Diagon Alley was in Islands of Adventure, because Hagrid's motorbike and Forbidden Journey are fantastic, but I mean, if we're comparing Diagon Alley to Hogsmeade, Diagon Alley is
And Spider-Man. Spider-Man is also in Islands of Adventure.
Yeah.
Spider-Man
Slapping.
is an incredible ride. Still holds up too, which is crazy.
And the queue, again, chef's kiss. It's like, but I mean, I'm kind of convincing myself now that maybe that is my favorite, but it is so hard between the two. Oh God.
And Dr. Seuss.
Yeah, Dr. Seuss. That ride is something else. What about you, Dustin?
I've learned something new about Nathaniel today, which is that we share the top two favorite theme parks, which is Disneyland and Animal Kingdom.
What?
Yeah, no, those are definitely my top two. And the way that I paint it, though, is that I work Animal Kingdom a lot because I live near it. And that was just the best one to go into. It's just a nice vibe to it. Not too many people go there, so it's a lot less lines. The rides there, I think, are just incredible. It's just a nice, easy day in the park. And I think that's what I require now.
Old.
I know. But here's my thing. You say that you have a 4-day vacation, right? And then you spend it down in either Disney World or you spend it in Disneyland. Disney World, you're doing one park each day, maybe a park hopper. You're running around. It's all spread out. It could be a nightmare. Whereas Disneyland, it's 100% a relaxed vacation. You can do everything multiple times. You can just saunter from one park to the other because they're right next to each other, and then hit downtown Disney, which is also connected to it. But if I were able to time travel, I think my number one would probably either be MGM Studios or Universal Studios early 2000s, because those, I am at my heart, I am a movie studios guy, and that's those two theme parks will always live in my memory fondly. No, so that's those are my favorite parks. Now let's move on to favorite rides. Now I understand that there are different parks and all this stuff. So if you guys want to do favorite rides per park, favorite rides per company, or just favorite rides in general type, I guess you guys can pick. But who wants to go first on that one?
I got my favorite ride, period. And I think Logan definitely has
snap.
the same favorite ride.
All right, let me change it real quick. Okay, let me start with favorite roller coaster. Okay, we'll start with favorite roller coaster because I feel like that's broad enough that you could pick wherever.
I like that better.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think for me favorite ride is way too broad. So let's do favorite roller coaster first.
I got my favorite roller coaster, period.
Okay, then do that one.
Favorite roller coaster has got to be, without a doubt, Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure in Universal
Island Adventure. Chef's Kiss.
In Island Adventure. The most amazing roller coaster I've ever been on. Not too scary, just the right amount of thrill. It honestly, to me, I know it's bikes, but honestly, I feel like it's the closest thing I'm ever going to get to like riding a broomstick. It's so fun. And I just love it so much. It's probably the only ride that I will wait over 90 minutes for without hesitation because it's 100% worth it. I love it.
I concur. It is, like, I always remember it as an incredible ride and super, super fun and in, like, everything about it. But then when you're actually on it or, like, you sit in that bike and it takes off, so good. But now that now that you actually mentioned that too, no, I still think it is. Because then I started thinking about Guardians because Guardians is, like, also absolutely incredible.
I'm not gonna lie, I completely forgot about Guardians, but I
well, you
still
seem
have to
pretty seem pretty certain when we brought up the topic. You're like, I know, period, I believe you said.
Well, Hagrid's is outside, and I feel like anything outside is like great.
Well,
like I just love it.
Can I be honest though? I'm gonna speak on Hagrid's though. I think Hagrid's didn't blow me away like everybody said it was going to, for two reasons. I think it was too hyped up for me, but also I think it's because I rode it during the day. I think Hagrid's at night would be fantastic, and I kind of think it should have been an indoor roller coaster because I feel like the Forbidden Forest is supposed to be at night. And there's just so much you can see. And Hagrid, to me, falls flat in the same way all reversed roller coasters do, which is when you're going in reverse, there's nothing to see. I don't know if you guys noticed that, but most of the time it's just trees and tracks. And I feel like the theme parks kind of rely on the whole, oh, you're going backwards, to be like, oh, like that's where my attention's supposed to go. But I mean, even Frozen does that to a certain extent in the water, and the Frozen Ever After. I mean, at first you see some smoke, and then you just keep going backwards into darkness, and you're like, okay, I guess that's it. But no, I think Hagrid's is a fun ride. I think it's really cool how many different things it does, though. Like,
yeah, I think Hagrid's does a pretty good job with the back thing because now, when I was thinking about it, I know what you're talking about. Like drifting backwards, but you do go pretty quickly into like that dark area. So I think, but at the same time, yeah, you are just looking straight at track. There's not too much, going on there.
Now, have you guys ridden it at night or just during the day?
No, we always say that we want to ride it at night, but we always go like, if we do, we're rope dropping or just
waiting in line.
Dealing with it, yeah. Just
well, it's because you
dealing
get
with
scared.
whatever line it is.
I don't know about you guys, but I got scared because of how many times it would shut down. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
that's the it's either always shut down for, I don't know, just because it wants to be shut down, or it ends up raining.
It wants to be shut down. Hagrid goes, I don't want to come out today. I'm done.
Okay, I will say though, I absolutely love that it's an outdoor ride. But I can't imagine what they could have done if they did make it indoor. They could have made it look so crazy when you get into like the forest area, because I just start thinking about like ET's forest setup and
I was
everything.
about to say.
I'm like, that would honestly be incredible.
Yeah.
Maybe if they did like a part of it inside, because I still like the outside of like the ruins and everything, because that's such a huge part of it, and I'm sure that's also why they went like that route, because of twin dragons or dueling dragons and stuff.
So you guys both had the same for best roller coaster, or Logan, did you have something different?
No, yeah, I think I'm still gonna stick with Hagrid's. I think the one thing that drew me away from Cosmic Rewind is that it is all so fast and so dark. I don't know what's happening at any given moment, and I can't tell you what the storyline is. I see them and I'm laughing the whole time, screaming. It's absolutely phenomenal of a ride, but I have no idea what's going on. At least with Hagrid's, like, I'm fully aware of what's going on, and while he's speaking, like, I can hear him. I know what the plot is. I know what's going to happen, or like what we're doing. But I mean, it's still a 10 out of 10 ride. But I do think Hagrid, it will take the cake for me.
Now, Logan, similar to me, you would say that you are not 100% a roller coaster person, correct?
Yeah, no. If I definitely like upside down roller coasters, very, very rare for me. Something massive like the Hulk or even the Incredibles, no thanks. The only, okay, I'm gonna say this, but no one's ever gonna hold me to it. The only one that I'm really interested or potentially want to get on is the Velocicoaster, because it looks absolutely incredible with everything that goes into it. And I mean, I haven't even been in the queue or anything. The one thing that stresses me out is that lap bar and nothing's on my shoulders. It's a safety, not a safety thing, but it's a security thing for me. But other than that, Rock and Roller Coaster, and then that one, what's that one ride in Tokyo Disney Sea called?
I don't remember.
Raging Spirits.
Yeah.
Something like that. That's an up down day roller coaster, but it's not that. It's like really compact. That's about it. If it goes fat like Slinky Dog, that's me. Slinky Dog and Hagrid's is like my pace.
Now, Nathaniel, bringing up Velocicoaster, you are a roller coaster enthusiast, I guess you can say. You enjoy riding roller coasters. Where does Velocicoaster kind of enter into your top picks?
I feel like I have my moments of bravery. And Velocicoaster was one of those moments. I would say Velocicoaster is the absolute limit of what I can handle on a roller coaster. I don't think I could do it all the time just because of the hump. I will say it has to be probably one of the best coasters that I've been on, just for how smooth it was. The overall experience was great. The lap bar is terrifying. But overall, like the track layout, the launches, all the taunts are so much fun. I just wish I can't get over that giant like hump that you go over and then just drop down. That's the only part that really terrifies me. Without that, I could probably ride Velocicoaster over and over again. But I'm sure for a lot of people that's probably their favorite part. And it is quick and it's pretty impressive. But yeah, I mean, if I had to rate them based off not my personal like rewritability, just overall a coaster, it would probably be like, I don't know, number 2 or 3. The top 3 has to be Hagrid's, Cosmic Rewind, and Velocicoaster.
Okay, well that's good to know, because I know a lot of people hold Velocicoaster to now like the highest tier of roller coaster. So now for me, okay, when it comes to roller coasters, I have a very odd relationship with them. Like, I'll ride any Disney roller coaster, including Incredicoaster. It's everything outside of it that is kind of questionable. In Universal, I've been on the Hulk multiple times. I kind of called it on the Hulk. Can't do that anymore.
That's surprising.
Yeah, I've been on it at least like 4 or 5 times.
What?
Yeah. And it's, I don't know, when you start like blacking out when you shoot out of something, that's when I think you kind of have to call it. Let's see. I was on Dueling Dragons back when it was Dueling Dragons, and then also the Cup Challenge. So I did that.
Wait, because I've never been on the Hulk, but I have been on Rock and Roller Coaster.
Yeah.
Compare those.
All right, Rock and Roller Coaster, you shoot level straight down a line for a bit, and then you go into I think it is a complete loop. The Hulk, you're leaning backwards, so you're elevated, and you shoot directly into a spiral or a corkscrew. So that's where, between shooting off and corkscrewing, darkness starts to encroach. So, but once you hit your stride in that ride, like there's this big loop, and it goes down, and you hear the musical score in the background. It gets pretty fun. So, like I said, I'm calling it though, but I have two favorite roller coasters, and they're both from the main parks. Another side note, I have also been on roller coasters in SeaWorld, which they're definitely trying to ramp up, or they have been ramping up the roller coaster game. I've been on Mako. It was horrifying. There's not much to grab onto, and it's just free falling, and I hated it. But if you like that kind of thing, I say go get them. There was Manta, which is one of those lay down roller coasters. So you sit down and then they pull you back. That one's actually pretty cool. I might do that one again.
Yeah, I want to do that one. Oh, wait.
What?
Does it flip?
It does.
Okay. Potential.
But it is it's a cool ride. But my two top roller coasters have to do directly with the fact that I think they're engaging. I think they're all around great rides, but there's also so much tangible, just like atmospheric stuff to it. And we got in Disney, it is Animal Kingdom's Expedition Everest. And I know the Yeti's not working and all it has is strobe lights, but just like the whole story behind it, you go up the mountain, you go around the corner, track broken, then you get the most intense G's going backwards where everybody swears that you're going upside down, but I can tell you firsthand, having ridden it with the lights on, you don't. And you go all the way back, then right down the hill, you see the Yeti. It's just so good. It's just so nice, and just, oh my gosh, so much to look at. But I think the best roller coaster I have ever been on, bar none, has to go to Universal Studios' own Revenge of the Mummy, which is not only a thrilling ride, but it has won an award called the Golden Ticket Award for Best Indoor Roller Coaster in 2004. It won 5th place. Okay, 2011, 2013, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. First place, it won so much that they had to retire it from the category and just give it its own status of legendary. That's incredible.
It is a pretty incredible ride.
It's so good.
It does scare me a ton. First of all, Expedition Everest, absolutely horrific of a roller coaster. I mean that in that it is absolutely terrifying to me.
And for all our fans, I will be posting a photo from the photo thing of Logan and I riding the roller coaster, and we will see who's enjoying it and who's not.
Terrifying. But even the Mummy, just thinking about the Mummy or kind of like approaching it, I do get super, super anxious. I was pretty little when it came out, and yeah, our older sister Alexis went on the Mummy with my mom and our other sister, and her face was she was horrified. And all I remember is that everyone was saying absolutely like how horrifying that ride was when I was little, that like finally getting on it, it was scary, but it is a really great ride.
It's so dramatic.
Yeah. I remember for the longest time, I didn't ride that ride because of how she portrayed it. And then I got an annual pass for Universal. My friends were like, come on, ride it. So I rode it, and I'm just like, this is the greatest thing ever. I'm like, this is fantastic. I don't understand. Oh, it looks like we have some breaking news. This is a segment of the show where we have breaking news from inside the park with our news crew known as the Q Crew. They are the crew that we have who wait in different lines and give us a little bit of information about how the lines are doing for certain rides. Looks like we're flying over Magic Kingdom, and it looks like we are now talking to the Q crew who's waiting in line for Peter Pan's flight. Q crew, do we have you there?
Yes, Dustin, we are here. We are at Peter Pan's flight today.
An opening day attraction here at Magic Kingdom.
Fantastic. Can you tell us a little bit about the traffic in the queue line? How long have you been waiting there?
We are cheek to cheek and bumper to bumper down here. When we first entered, the queue said about a 55-minute wait.
It's been about 49 minutes at this point. We're just around the corner from the sailboats.
Great. Now, can you tell us a little bit about the scenic views that you've been seeing? Give me a gist of what the visuals are like in the queue.
Well, once you get out of the Florida heat, you're greeted with a nice array of paintings from the movie. Just before entering the darling's sweet little abode. After saying hi to Nana and browsing the family portraits, we enter the kids' bedroom, where you can see an array of different toys, an interactive experience of Peter Pan's shadow, and a hide-and-seek game with Tink herself.
Now, with all this entertaining stuff that's in the queue, I wonder, does the queue have an accompanying game on the Disney Parks app?
I don't know, Dustin. I'm only here for the queue.
Why, yes, Dustin, it does. On the Disney Play app, the game is called Off to Neverland, where you play along with Tinkerbell as you share happy thoughts, a series of questions, stories, and jokes. Well, looks like we're about to board right now, so I'm gonna have to sister to Neverland. This is the Q crew signing off.
And thank you so much for that report, Q crew. That's good to know that the Peter Pan ride is about a 50-minute wait, typically.
Yeah, I mean, 50 minutes is not bad in my opinion. Would I wait 50 minutes for this ride? Probably not. But I've seen it gone up to like 2 hours sometimes.
Okay, so this is actually very interesting because as we were talking about roller coasters and our favorite parks, we touched on some things that could be perceived as hot takes. So like how I prefer Disneyland over Disney World, or Logan, you compared Hagrid's to the Guardians Cosmic Rewind. Now, one thing that we're going to be doing in this podcast is a segment called Standby or Pass. It's where we bring up a hot take about a certain park or ride or just anything that has to do with theme parks, and then we will put it out to everybody to see if you guys agree and stand by it or disagree and pass. So right now what we're going to do is we're going to each bring up a hot take, and then we're all going to talk about it to see, how we feel, if we have shared opinions, if we differ, and just have a little bit of conversation about it. So who wants to bring up their hot take first?
I do have something relates to what we were just talking about. Disney's Animal Kingdom. In my humble opinion, I truly believe that Flight of Passage is a little bit overrated, and that, to me, Everest should be the e-ticket attraction of the park. I just feel like theming, experience, everything is just so great on Everest. I'm not surprised it's like on one of your top roller coasters, Dustin. For me, Flight of Passage, it's it's nice, it's relaxing for sure, but Everest is just such a great experience. It honestly shocks me how it always has a short wait time, but maybe that's also why I like it so much.
So I will agree that is a hot take. I feel like most people tend to clamor. Well, I mean, you could just tell by the wait times. It's like the wait times for Flight of Passage is always super high, and then Everest tends to be sometimes like around 20 minutes. So, which is fairly low for a ride of its caliber. I do think it's still an e-ticket attraction. I think they still consider it an e-ticket attraction, but you're right. I think the general public sees Flight of Passage as the superior ride, which, I mean, once upon a time, I did see Flight of Passage as the superior ride. And also, I've always had a weird point of view when it comes to those kind of flight simulators, because I'm not the biggest fan of Soarin'. I liked the Back to the Future ride. I think the Simpsons ride is all right, but this one was the first one that actually just, blew me away. So What?
Did you just say?
That the Simpsons ride is all right?
Okay, we can spend an entire other episode discussing the Simpsons ride and whether it's adequate to be called a ride. But also, going back to this hot take, because I guess I will represent the general public, because Flight of Passage is another chef's kiss. I will concede with the fact that I am not a huge fan of 3D glasses as a glasses wearer. It is a hindrance.
I agree.
And 3D screens, like with that much motion and with all that stuff, like it does go in and out and it really does hinder the experience. But again, as a lover of immersive lands and experiences, absolutely incredible. I love the queue. I love Pandora. I love Avatar overall. So it is such a top-notch ride to me. And just being able to see all the creatures, the world, the land, feeling like you're riding in Ikran. So good. So much fun. And if that huge avatar is there in the queue, there you go. What more could you want? I would love to see a massive Ikran, though. I know that they made one and like they had an exhibition. I don't remember where, in like Indonesia or somewhere. And they had a huge Ikran and it was gorgeous. And if they brought that to Animal Kingdom,
I mean, it's a gorgeous ride. It's an incredible queue. I still love it. For me, it's the 3D. It doesn't work for me. Got LASIK, still doesn't work for me. I just can't do 3D glasses. It takes me out of the experience.
To clarify, Nate got LASIK specifically for Flight of Passage.
Okay, I don't know about that, but I was kind of hoping that the experience would be better after the LASIK. It wasn't, but I mean, it's a beautiful ride. I mean, the scene when they go into like the bioluminescent forests and all the lights come on, it's fantastic. And I wouldn't replace it with anything. I think it's perfect for Pandora. I think it's a fantastic ride. In my opinion, though, I just feel like Everest is... I guess my hot take is that Everest is underrated. They put so much thought into that ride and so much like care that I feel like I'm so shocked that it's usually a walk-on because it's also so much fun.
I think it's easy to overlook.
It's a giant mountain.
No, like all the stuff in the queue and the lore and the story and everything, because when you're going through it, like it looks great. Everything looks great. It's incredible. But you're like, I guess if you're someone like me, who's just kind of walking through and looking like, wow, this is so pretty. Like I mean, maybe this is just me. Everyone can see, like, please let us know. But I don't know. I never really read, I guess that never clicked with the story besides knowing like, that the track is gone and there's a Yeti, like that's really that's it for me, because I think everything else is just kind of overlooked. But I mean, granted, Avatar has like entire series behind it, so it's kind of hard to overlook it.
Now what's funny is that you guys have kind of triggered a nice little moment for me, where I'm about to break into a Parkside chat, which is where I dip into my experience being down in the park, and I spin a little tale for you guys. So why don't you guys all come around and let me tell you a little story. So back when I worked in the parks, Pandora was being built, and I remember a lot of people that I used to work with, specifically at Jungle Cruise, ended up getting transferred over to Pandora. So the whole first 3 months that it was open, I never had to wait in line. I never had to get a fast pass, because every time I walked by that entrance, there was someone there that I knew. It was good times. It's funny I chose to talk about that and not the fact that I did a backstage tour of Everest, and but I'll save that for another day. So Logan, Everest is better than Flight of Passage. Do you stand by or pass?
Pass.
Oh no. All right, and then Nathaniel, I'm gonna guess that you stand by what you said.
I stand by it.
Okay.
I stand by it.
This is a tough one, but I'll stand by it. I'll stand by what you said because I love Everest. and it need to get some love for the Disco Yeti. So, all right. Now, Logan, what's your hot take?
My hot take, if we want to talk about overlooked or underrated rides, then you have to talk about Living with the Land. And that ride is severely underrated. And what was I going to say?
I was going to say, what else? That was a big and.
Hold on, what was I saying? What did I say?
You said
severely
underrated.
And?
Yeah.
And
You got this.
Never has a long wait. And it should have one of the longest waits because it should be much more popular than it is.
So is your hot take that what is it called? Living with the Land should have a 90-minute wait time consistently?
Yes,
Why would you want that if you love it so much?
because I want other people to love it more. I think, okay, first of all, it is educational. It is inspirational. It's a great cool down ride. Hot day. Oh, go sit in Living with the Land. Learn something. And I mean, as of right now, usually a very short wait time. I think maybe after people hear what I have to say, it's going to go up. It has fish, plants. It is a water swaying ride, very relaxing. And it produces food that they use in the parks. Hello. It's giving back to the parks for the people, and touring opportunities in a ride. Hello. It's incredible.
Okay, Nathaniel, do you want to talk on it first, or?
You can go first.
So, Living with the Land is a ride that always sat comfortably in my neutral zone until as of maybe 3-4 months ago.
I thought you were going to say minutes.
No, since you started talking. No, I don't know what it is, but it seems like every Disney vlogger that I have heard talk have hyped up this ride so much that it makes me kind of not like it. And I understand most people's love for this ride. I love the beginning of this ride because it encapsulates a time in Epcot history where it was both educational and entertaining. It had the animatronics and even just the scapes that they created.
That house, though.
Yeah, the house, the prairie, the jungle. It's like all these beautiful environments. And the only other place that you can find those is going to be Spaceship Earth because they tore down everything else. So I get it. I understand all that, right? But at the same time, it's just not, it just doesn't, it's just there. I wish they did more with it. I do not wish that it was more than a 90-minute wait. Ever.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want it to be.
Well, you just said you did, so.
I want it to be appreciated.
Logan. You cannot get more appreciated than getting Lightning Lane status. That ride, which averages 15 minutes, has a Lightning Lane.
And I'll use it every time.
I don't know. I will. What's your argument? What's your statement? Is that it's the best?
That's underrated.
Oh, I mean, I don't. Okay. All right. Okay. Yes, I agree. I think it is underrated as well. Do I think the average people going on the ride and getting off will be disappointed? I do think so. Yes. Do I think it's like one of the best rides? Absolutely not. But I do think it's a good one. But Nathaniel, how do you feel?
I gotta disagree with you though, Dustin. I honestly think Living with the Land is one of the best rides in Epcot.
That's my man.
I have a question though. Is it because you guys are plant boys?
We all plant boys, certified plant boys. I love houseplants. I love all plants. I love fish. I love conservation. I love environmentalism. I think it's a great ride. I mean, kind of going off what you said about, the all-time Epcot being educational. I mean, but even just the vibes. The vibes are fantastic. I love that ride so much. I mean, I wouldn't wait a long time, and I'm glad that there is not a long wait for it. But that's what makes it such a great ride, is that you just get on it, you chill, You get off feeling happy, feeling refreshed.
So
It's a must-do.
So one thing that makes a good ride is the fact that nobody else wants to ride it.
I mean, it definitely puts it up, though.
All right. I mean, that's fair.
Do you want to ride a ride or do you want to wait in a line?
All right. So I guess it's pretty straightforward. Do you guys, what is it? Living with the Land is underrated. Do you guys stand by that or do you pass?
Stand by.
I stand by. If they ever get rid of it, there will be riots. And I'll be at the front lines.
Yep.
Well, I'll stand by it too. I mean, just by the way that you said it, that it's underrated. But I mean, I expressed my feelings, so there's that.
And we'll also be at the riot.
I mean, I'll be there. That's the only way you're going to see it get a 90-minute
Hello.
wait. I can tell you that.
He said, I'll be there just to take pictures or maybe record you guys
Yeah.
getting arrested. Okay, Dustin, what is your hot take?
All right, my hot take is a classic hot take. It is highly debated, and I find that I am often on the defense as opposed to the offense. So here it is. I believe that Pirates of the Caribbean and Magic Kingdom is superior to the one in Disneyland.
Why?
All right, so I thought about this a lot. And what is Disney known for, if not their storytelling?
Mickey.
Well, they're also known for Mickey, but also storytelling. So you look at Pirates of the Caribbean. First of all, you walk up to New Orleans Square. Just looks like a normal building, which is fine. That's where it belongs, so theming-wise, it makes sense. You go to Adventureland in Magic Kingdom, you get a fort. Not only just a fort with cannons on top, where if you play another game, they will fire. Meanwhile, you get onto the ride, they're vastly different. Now, with Disneyland, you start off going through the bayou, which is incredible, but then you go through a lot of darkness before you get to any scene. You get 2 drops, but then before you get to any scene, and then you just gently float through some incredible scenes. I'm not knocking the scenes. You float through incredible scenes until you see, I think it's an octopus, and then the skeleton of a pirate that then turns into a real pirate. Oh, wow. And then you see the ship. Okay, that's cool. I see the transition from the dead to the living. Now let's go to Magic Kingdom. Magic Kingdom, you start off with the ship in the distance, the beach with all the skeletons. You get the skeleton with the wheel of the ship. Then you plummet down. And right when you plummet down, boom, you're opened up into this giant room with this giant ship. That's better storytelling. It flows so much better. It goes quick. It goes from the slow riding bits right into the kineticness of the live pirates. And then you go through the town. It's all very similar. And then you get to the prison scene, where in Magic Kingdom, you go to the prison scene and then boom, you're done. You get off the boat. Now in Disneyland, they added the extra scene. Once again, not knocking the extra scenes, but you go through the biggest suspense builder going up a chain lift. You go, you're going up, you're going up. Okay, what's going to happen? Then all of a sudden, you go over the edge, and then you're just at the beginning again. There's nothing. It's a momentum killer. Disneyland has more show scenes, which I think is fantastic, but I think the storytelling in Magic Kingdom is far superior. And I'm not the only one who thinks that.
Are you bringing in a special guest?
No. Well, a little bit. I guess a special guest from the past is that one other person who agrees with me is one of the creators of Pirates of the Caribbean and the guy who did the concept art, Mark Davis. Now, here's a clip from a D23 panel where Pete Docter and Christopher Merritt talk about just this.
When it came time to do Pirates of the Caribbean for Florida, Mark designed some new scenes. So this is a big end scene at the exit of the attraction.
It's always interesting to hear his thoughts on
Yeah.
why that was. He kind of preferred this to the Disneyland one.
Yeah, he did. He thought this was a better solution. Let's hear Mark talk about it in his own words.
One thing that bothered me with the part ride here was the fact that the ride was over at the bottom of that up ramp and is over at the bottom of that up ramp. Then you have to go ratchety all the way to the top. Then you got a bunch of boats banged around there. Then you wait and you wonder, well, what are we going to do next? Or when the hell are we going to get off of here? Or what? And it takes that, to me, that great amusement of the attraction away from it. And so when we did the Florida one, I wanted to use a speed ramp to get people up and unload them at the bottom. So what I did was to do that scene, which turned out pretty much like this, a big treasury, an awful lot to see.
So that's my that's my stand. So do you stand by me or do you pass?
I don't know. I have such a strong love for Pirates of the Caribbean, and I have such strong nostalgia with the Magic Kingdom version that it is hard. I guess because I guess I'm just conditioned to it. Like, I do love it, but it was new when I went to Disneyland because I haven't experienced that one before. I mean, it's new and it's not. But a double drop, great. The Blue Bayou scene was awesome. And just because the Blue Bayou's in it, it gets a couple brownie points because I love the Blue Bayou. I will say, yeah, I think I'll accept that there, like there's some kind of like duller parts where nothing's really happening. But I don't know. It is really hard. I think because of, and this, listen, it may be a little superficial, but also I'm a little surprised with myself because I think I'm going to go with the Disneyland one and not let the nostalgia win this time. But if you catch me on a different day, I'll probably have a different answer.
I have to agree with you. Pirates of the Caribbean, first of all, my family obsessed with Pirates of the Caribbean as like growing up. We couldn't get enough of it. I think I don't have many memories of going as a kid, but I remember specifically wanting to go to Disney World to ride Pirates of the Caribbean. So I do have nostalgia there, but nostalgia for me is not enough. I think the Disneyland version is far superior. I hear your arguments, Dustin. I'm just not seeing them.
Elaborate. No, I'm taking this toe to toe. Elaborate.
Yeah. I agree with Logan. I think that the building is beautiful. I think the theming of, New Orleans Square in general feels very uniform to me. I think that everything flows so nicely and the Pirates building plays into that. I mean, it is a lot of switchbacks, but honestly, it's not as much switchbacks as, the one in Magic Kingdom,
now,
in my opinion.
I have a question for you guys. If Haunted Mansion was in that facade instead of Pirates, would you think that Haunted Mansion would be just as good, or do you think it would be different?
Like if the building that's in was Haunted Mansion instead?
Yes. Like if the ride inside of it.
I don't think it would make sense. Wait, what do you mean?
Well, how does Pirates of the Caribbean make sense? That's what I'm saying. You guys are talking about how pretty the building is and how it fits in New Orleans. But the thing is that Haunted Mansion is New Orleans. The ride is fun, but you throw Haunted Mansion in there and get rid of the facade. It's just like, okay. Well, it would have been cooler if they put another thing. You walk into a fort, you guys. You walk into a fort. There's cannons.
Works.
It
just works.
It does well. I mean, to your point, I do think that the fort where it is in Magic Kingdom, like, it does fit in like just as well. I think I just drawn to the New Orleans better.
Right. I'm not saying put a fort in New Orleans. That doesn't make sense. I agree with you guys, but what I'm saying is
for the
context
story.
wise,
You're right. For the story, it definitely makes more sense to be in a fort.
Right.
But getting back to the ride, I love the onboarding. Again, I love that you're still kind of like half inside, half outside. I love that vibe, like getting to the boats. I love the double drop. So good. I actually really like the incline at the end. I like it way better than having to stand on like a pretty lame like escalator airport
sometimes
thing to
works.
get back up. Yeah, I mean, I like the vibe, and I like the scene that they have with Jack on the thing on the with all the gold and stuff on the way up. I think it's fun. I don't personally get that like anticipation letdown because I don't expect to drop again at the end, but maybe that's just because I've ridden it enough times.
Okay, so I'm guessing you guys are going to pass on this.
It's a hard pass.
For now.
Hard pass? Jesus.
It's a hard pass. We
Yeah,
can
mine's
discuss
not a
it.
hard pass, but it's a soft right now. I'm liking the Disneyland one more.
Fair enough. I mean, I will say this. If somebody gave me a chance to ride one over the other, I would probably ride the Disneyland one just because I haven't ridden it as much and it's always a fun little treat. But no, I'm still standing by what I have to say. Now, everybody out there, you guys can have the opportunity to let us know how you guys feel. Do you guys like Everest over Flight of Passage? Is Living with the Land underrated? And is Magic Kingdom's Pirates of the Caribbean better story-wise than the Disneyland one? So what you can do is you guys can follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Parkgoers Go and let us know what you guys think. And I think that about wraps up our first episode. Once again, I'm Dustin. You can follow me on Instagram at Mr. Parkgoer.
I'm Logan. You can follow me at parkgoersgo_Logan on Instagram.
And I'm Nate. You can follow me at parkgoersgo_Nate on Instagram.
We'll be posting weekly on Mondays, and we will talk about more fun theme park stuff. But for now, see you guys at the parks.
Bye.
See you next time.